might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that, and DuckTales. The danger lurks behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales. Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that, and good DuckTales. Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales.
B-Marsh Boxing back at it with another video. You already know what time it is, man. We got another candidate for the Duck Sauce Awards. DuckTales Chronicles, and that's, of course, Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter, man. You know, I thought Shawn Porter was a warrior, man. You know. But apparently, you know, Shawn Porter looks like he might be a guy who's only comfortable in fighting guys that he thinks or he knows he can beat. You know. This last fight he had with Adrian Granados told me a lot about Shawn Porter. You know, I don't know if the fix was in, but the referee was definitely on their side, you know, trying to help the young man out, especially in the championship rounds. But we're not going to talk about that fight as of yet. We're going to talk about who Shawn Porter is ducking. You see, Shawn Porter is always here with his daddy, man, with his pops, and, you know, I don't know, man. To me, it's always seemed like the pops is always living vicariously through his son. I mean, even look at these two guys here. For the most part, I always see Shawn Porter more dressed, you know, dressed to the T more than Shawn Porter. You know, even look at their shines, man. Look at the chain, man. You see the pops got a bigger chain than his son. What part of the game is this? I've even seen their girlfriends, man. And K. Diddy, Kenny Porter, his girlfriend looked better than Shawn Porter's girl. What part of the game is this? I'm sure even Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter drives a better vehicle than the man Shawn Porter. Well, you know, I'm not trying to tell these guys how to live their life, or they do seem like they have a beautiful relationship as far as father and son, you know. And of course, you know, Shawn Porter got to pay homage to his father for getting him to this position to be in, you know, a pro athlete, you know, something that I'm sure Shawn Porter worked his whole childhood to do, whether it was football or boxing. But we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's Errol the Truth Spence. I listened to this press conference right here between Shawn Porter and the media, and Shawn Porter says he has absolutely no interest in fighting the guy, Errol Spence. You know, he claims that he's fought in 2 WBC title eliminators, fighting Adrian Granados, and the fight before that, who'd he fight? Who'd he fight in this last fight before that? Who was it? Oh, Andre Berto. Okay, so they talking about they're going the WBC route. But while you're fighting for these title eliminators, going through 2 title eliminators, why Adrian Granados was in a title eliminator? It beats me. Adrian Granados was actually coming off a loss at 140. Then you go up to 147. A weight class that you had, and you know, he's fought there a couple times, but I mean, he just came off a loss. How can the WBC even grant that fight to be a world title, WBC title eliminator? Adrian Granados is a 140-pound fighter, you know, and that actually shows me that, you know, Shawn Porter and them, you could say this was a tune-up fight. Say it was a tune-up fight with Granados, then it shouldn't be no title eliminator, especially with a guy coming off a loss, especially with a guy who primarily fights at 140 pounds, junior welterweight. Now, the man, Shawn Porter, in my opinion, is ducking Errol Spence. Like I said, they talked about, going through two title eliminators for the WBC. Well, guess what? If you wanted to fight Errol Spence, you don't have to go through no title eliminator, nothing. Nothing. All you got to do is get Errol Spence on the horn, contact Uncle Al Heyman. You guys are both managed by Al Heyman, and you can make that fight happen, and you don't have to wait in line for anything. That's a title that you used to hold, Errol Spence. I'm sorry, excuse me, Shawn Porter, you know. That's a title that you should, you used to hold. So you should be looking at Errol Spence saying, damn, that man got a title I used to hold. That actually belongs to me. I should actually go out there and get it. But the way Shawn Porter and Kenny Porter are talking, man, they acting like they basically said, you know, that's why would they go that route to fight the man Errol Spence? Like, what do you mean go that route? So fighting Adrian Granados and Andre Berto is a better route, going through title eliminators rather than fighting for a world title fight immediately versus a guy like Errol Spence. Like I said, man, Errol Spence, you don't have to wait for anything. You know, Lamont Peterson stepped up to the plate. Big ups to him from Washington, D.C. He's always a warrior, and he's not ducking nobody. Look at these guys' chains, man. Shawn Porter got the bigger links, a bigger Cuban link right there. You know, I'm not saying Shawn Porter's chain is small and dingy, nah, but, you know, the Pops, hey, the Pops is always flexing, man. He always got the shines, you know. Look at him, man. But Errol Spence, like I said, man, Shawn Porter needs to go ahead and try to contact Errol Spence. He said that he got his phone number, that they're not really friends. They talked about, you know, just playing basketball or whatever. Well, you guys are boxers, man. Stop talking about basketball. And go ahead and try to get that fight with Errol Spence. It would actually do you some good in this boxing game. So everybody could know that you're not ducking Errol Spence. Everybody's ducking Errol Spence. That's a fact. But you're blatantly ducking him. You're talking about fighting Danny Garcia. You're talking about Danny Garcia's ducking you. What do you gain from fighting Danny Garcia? What do you gain from that? You know, it might be a title eliminator, but besides that he has no incentives. He's not bringing anything to the table. But Errol Spence has something right there, a red shiny belt you used to own. And you should actually go out there and try to fight the man Errol Spence. That's a fight fans would like to see, you know, because you can't talk about that man's on the other, like he's on the other side of the street, or, you know, you're like you're not in the same division. Since when did having a title in the WBC, WBA, IBF, or the WBO mean that you're fighting a guy on the other side of the street? Last time I checked, they're all world titles. That's the first time I've heard a boxer make that kind of excuse. And it's blatant. The proof is right there in front of you. This guy right here is ducking Errol Spence. And that's not no shame in this game, because everybody in the division is. But you have an opportunity to fight the man. Keith Thurman is healing up. He don't want to fight Errol Spence. Danny Garcia has been quiet like a church mouse ever since he lost to Keith Thurman. Don't worry about him. Yeah, we know he's ducking you, but I'm not even going to make a duck sauce video for the man Danny Garcia, because right now he has nothing to bring to the table, but Errol Spence does. But you want to keep fighting 140-pounders in an eliminator or Andre Berto while there's Errol Spence right there waiting for you to get that world title. Kenny Porter and Shawn Porter, you get the Duck Sauce Award for the week. Be Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments, and throw this guy some duck sauce packets so he could put them on everything, including his cereal in the morning and protein bars. Be Marsh Boxing, I'm gone.